It was the summer of 2006, July. There I was in Spain, on the border of France and Spain, on the first day of my 30-day spiritual pilgrimage called El Camino de Santiago, a 500-mile hike. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I had my walking stick and my backpack. I was walking along, day one. The sun was just coming over the Pyrenees Mountains, hitting the dew on the grass. I felt fantastic. I was unstoppable on my journey. Day one. 20 minutes into my first journey, things changed. I came to this little Spanish barn, and as I turned around the corner, there in front of me, standing about 20 feet, was a big black Spanish bull. The sun was just coming up behind it. The silhouette, steam was coming off the bull. The snout was glistening. It had the pointy horns locked right at me. Now, I don't know a lot about bulls at this point, but I do know that their vision is based on movement. That's why they do this thing in the bullfighting. So I was strategically frozen. Now, I had seen a lot of YouTube videos with bulls in them, but in the YouTube videos, there's always a guy getting stuck with the horns. The bull is running at the guy and they're sticking him with the horn. So this is all that I'm seeing in my head, right? So I'm contemplating, do I go backwards? Do I go forwards? And we're just locked, me and the bull. And then it drops its head, points its horns right at me. So I'm like, that's it. I'm dead. This is how I end. I'm dying right here. I'm going to be bleeding out a slow, painful death. And I picture they're going to call my mom. The authorities, they're going to call my mom. They're going to say, ma'am, your son, he was stabbed by the bull. And she's going to say, I knew it. I told him he should have been careful. I saw it all happening in my head. And then the bull, it starts to eat the grass. It's just chomping on the grass. So I'm going, okay, maybe the bull's not ferocious and going to kill me. Maybe it's just eating. So this is a little bit more settling, and so I start to gather myself back up and I decide I'm going to move forward. I'm going to walk past this bull. And so I take my first step, and then I realize if I am going to get gored by the bull, I better get this on videotape. So I take out my camera and I start rolling film. So I got it on video, okay? So I'm moving close to this bull, and I'm close enough I could touch the bull, but I don't because I'm smarter than that. And I keep moving, and then I pick up the pace a little bit, and I'm past the bull, and I'm looking back. My heart is pounding. My palms are sweating. I just walked past the beast. I'm very proud of myself. And then I see coming down the path a little old Spanish man coming up the same path that I was coming, except he didn't stop and get terrorized by the bull. He just walked right past it, walked right up to me, and I said, Señor, ¿no tienes miedo? You're not scared of the bull? And he looked at me and he looked at the bull. He says, solo una vaca. He said, it's just a cow. So clearly my knowledge of farm animals wasn't what it could have been. So I now have the most terrifying footage of a cow eating grass. So that was the dangerous, scary bull story. Barely made it out alive. And that was fear. That's how fear works. There's a saying that fear is an acronym, fantasize experiences appearing real. That's what happened to me. It was a very fantasized experience appearing real. Now, I've worked with leaders in the last 10 years, and I believe that fear is the biggest challenge to a leader. Personal fear. What will they think of me? What if it doesn't go right? Fear in the team. Should I speak up or should I just stay quiet? A leader's biggest challenge is fear. So today I'm going to share with you what I call the Fearless Leadership Formula, a 4-step process to overcome fear as a leader and elevate your culture to greatness. But first, let me tell you how I got started in this. I was a small business owner, 5 different businesses, all small staff, and I was what I call a hands-on leader. Roll up your sleeves in the trenches. I'm involved, which is a fancy way of saying a micromanager. So I had to make all the decisions, And if they came to me, they would say, what do you think we should do? And I would give them the right answer, and then they could move on with their work. I was micromanaging everybody. Hard way to engage your people, hard way to allow them to lead. So I had to learn leadership. So I started studying leadership, started taking courses, reading books, and really got into the science and the psychology and the philosophy behind leadership, where I started to train some global brands like Coca-Cola and United Nations, and working with their managers and eventually their executives on how leadership really works and addressing this biggest problem, which is fear. So I'm going to share with you the 4 steps of the Fearless Leadership Formula, and I'm going to do it by telling you a story of a client of mine. Her name's Kathy. She came to me and she wanted to grow her business. So we said, well, what does that really mean to you? She says, well, I want to double my sales and I want to expand to multiple offices. So then I asked her the key question to the first step, and the first step in the process is clarity. And the key question is, what do you really want? So I asked Kathy, what do you really want? She says, I just told you, I want to double sales and I want to open up multiple offices. And then I said, no, Kathy, what do you really want? She thinks about it for a minute. She says, I just want to love my staff. I just want to love my customers. And so we kind of workshopped that. What does that really mean to you? And what does loving your customers look like? And so we figured that out with absolute clarity so that we can move on to the next step. The first step is clarity. The second step is creativity. The second step is creativity. So the key question in creativity is, how do you get what you really want? And a better question is, how do you get what you really want in a way that's easy and fun for you? Why easy and fun? Because easy leverages your strengths and fun leverages your passion. So the way you determine what's easy to you is you ask yourself, what comes easily to me that's hard for most people? And the way you leverage your passion is you say, what do I enjoy doing so much that time speeds up? Time speeds up. I'll tell you a quick story about time speeding up. I was a cashier at a hardware store, and I used to play this game. You may be familiar with it. The game is wait as long as you can before you look at the clock. Because it's depressing when you look at the clock too early in the shift, right? So one day I was getting off at 5 o'clock, and it was 4:55 on the clock, and it was a digital clock that said 4:55. And I thought, okay, I'm going to wait about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to look back, and it's going to be 4:59, and I'm going to run out the door. So I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and I look back at the clock, and the clock said 4:55. It was the same minute. I was not at all passionate about that job. It was the slowest job. So to get creative, we asked ourselves, what comes easy and fun? What comes easy and fun? So we started brainstorming. We got our whole team around the boardroom. And we said, how do we love on our clients in a way that's easy and fun? So we came up with ideas like, we can buy them flowers on their birthday. That'd be fun. We said we could take them out to lunch. That's nice. But then we came up with the golden idea, which was every year they go down to South America and they do Habitat for Humanity. And they build some houses. They're an interior design company, so it helps them kind of work on their craft while at the same time giving back to humanity. This time, they decided they're going to bring down some clients. So they invited some of their clients and some of their suppliers to come down to South America with them, created amazing bonds, amazing experiences that you could never have over a boardroom table. So that's the application of creativity. First step, clarity. What do you really want? In this case, Kathy wanted to love her customers. Creativity, how do you get what you want in a way that's easy and fun for you? In this case, they brought their clients down to South America. The third step in the Fearless Leadership Formula is commitment. Commitment is deciding you're going to do it no matter what. So how did Kathy commit? She said, I'm giving you all budget. Real budget. Not just lip service like, let's love our clients, but if you have to spend any money, don't do that. She gave everybody budget. She said, if you have an opportunity to love on your client, do it, and we'll pay you for it. We'll reimburse you for it. They had weekly competitions, coming up with more ideas. How can we love on our clients more? Creating this culture of loving the clients and at the same time loving each other, so they felt more like family and friends within the office. So the commitment there is deciding we are going to do this, and we are really allocated resources, time, energy, money towards this. So that's the third step, is commitment. First step, you remember? Clarity. Second step, creativity. Third step, commitment. And now the fourth step, courage. Courage is taking action despite fear and uncertainty. Courage is facing the bull and walking down the path. So in this case, Kathy had the courage to have a one-on-one courageous conversation with each one of her staff. She brought them into a room. She sat down with them for an hour, and she asked them the same 4 questions I asked her: clarity, creativity, commitment, and courage. She said to her staff, what do you really want? And that takes courage, because they might say something you don't want to hear. She asked them, how do we get you what you really want in a way that's fun and easy for you? She asked them, what do I need to commit to, and what do we need to commit to as a partnership to get you where you want to go? And what action do we need to take? Courage. She had that conversation. At the end of each one of her conversations, she looked her staff member in the eye and she said to them, I trust you. That takes courage. As a leader, that takes courage. So I'll bring you back to Spain. The ferocious bull, okay, the cow that was eating the grass, right? Standing in the path, fantasize experiences appearing real, fear. Every leader experiences this, and every person in this room experiences fear. And for a lot of people, it stops you in the path. And you have all these imaginary scenarios. What are you going to choose to do? Are you going to choose to walk forward? And if you do choose to walk forward, you now have a formula. Clarity. What do you really want? Creativity. How do you get it in a way that's easy and fun for you? Commitment. Decide that you're going to do it no matter what. And courage. Take action despite fear and uncertainty. So, the next time you're feeling fear, be fearless. Thank you.